descending on the silvery wings of the future. It's the Pit, coming to you live from our bunker 40 feet under the desiccated crust of this state of Indiana. Redeeming all that has been lost. We are the Pit Crew, and you have just fallen into the Pit.
What the fuck's going on?
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome back to the Pit. You have fallen into it. Where's my list of shit? There we are.
Have some supper, motherfucker.
Hey, alright. Here we are. I'm BigBS. We're back in the Pit. 2-week break. Big shit going on. Weddings and bachelor parties and such. I'm BigBS. Twitter, Xbox, YouTube, all that. Today we have John with us again in the Pit Crew.
Yep, I've got a Twitter account now.
Finally.
Although it's very, let's just say...
I think you've got one tweet in a week.
One tweet in a week.
I'm like 1,200.
Wow.
I don't know.
Anyways, we've also got P.I.T 180 in the house.
Yes, I'm here in this house.
Once again.
Wait, we're back. We're back. We're gonna
back after the
have
2-week
some
break.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
we'll get to that later.
But you know what?
Hold on.
It'll be all
I've
right.
got something on the radar.
Let's be fun. Oh shit!
The radar's picking somebody up.
Got something
Must
coming
be
in.
The chopper. Someone's getting choppered in.
Oh.
Special guest tonight.
Cut the engine.
What's up? It's Devon, aka CheeseUrkel, aka
CheeseUrkel.
Devo Gazebo.
Yes, CheeseUrkel on
I'm
Twitch.
an Xbox gamer at heart, but I've recently been an unsatisfied PC gamer, and I don't have Twitter because I don't like that there's no pictures.
There are pictures.
Okay, well I
and videos.
might
I don't
like
And
it.
there's like
Videos,
video picture filters and shit too.
Okay, well I might
They
like
stepped it up. I mean,
I didn't know
because
that.
obviously Instagram wanted, or caused that kind of
Okay.
to go into effect. So now we got everybody here. We're minus Gabe today. Loke Dog 54.
I believe so. Yeah, he's on.
It's not the year he was born, as some people may think.
Yeah.
When was he born? 89?
That's funny.
92?
92.
Okay.
He's a spring chicken.
Spring chicken?
Yep.
Alright. I'm not sure what that means. I've never heard that term used to describe a man before.
Or a chicken.
Alright, so moving on to as we usually do, the episode 4 recap. Oh, by the way, this is episode 5, June 22nd, 2014. Forgot to date stamp that.
For the future records.
Yep, in case, anybody listens to this in the future.
In case the Mexican apocalypse ever occurs.
Hello. So when we recap, we go into views. We hit an all-time low for the season, or whatever the fuck we're at.
Wow.
17 views. Each week's gone down in views, so what the fuck?
Yeah, this
I don't
is
know.
Comeback time.
This is
really. Fuck that shit.
We got a new guest in here. He's gonna bring us back to life. All the pressure's on you,
Right.
Devon.
No.
All the pressure's off Gabe.
We don't get
I have a
get at
huge
least,
Twitter
at
following.
least 50 views.
On my
today.
non-Twitter account.
Yeah.
So
No, you're going to bring in the views for our
Okay.
channel, and then
Well.
we're going to split the revenue with you. The 2 cents or whatever.
There we go. We're gonna.
I'll
be
give you
rich.
2 cents next time. Whenever I cash in the
Next
100.
time you chopper me in.
There were no
going in.
comments. No comments. I had a few retweets and stuff like that on Twitter. That was cool. When I would post the links and shit, I getting a few people getting on board, but it's not showing up in the views. I took a week off this week just to kind of rethink, reevaluate the angle we're going at. And there was, personal things going down, wedding and such. Busy week. So now we just go pretty much right into the gaming news.
Well,
Unless anybody's got something else they want to
got
talk about
anything
last
wanna
week.
Bring up, mention.
Let's
Let's go.
Alright, gaming news. E3 went down,
Cha-ching.
but that's old news. The only thing that really got me hyped was Far Cry 4. Looked really good.
Yeah.
They've got elephants.
Nice.
Elephants.
Is it on an
You
island?
kill some elephants. Yeah, it's all tropical and I don't know.
Awesome.
It's like I think it's like a Malaysia.
No, it's in
area,
the Himalayas.
Nice.
Is it okay?
Yes, you're up in
Is
the
it?
fucking mountains.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You're gonna be hang gliding and
I like how there's vehicles all
killing
day in
Yetis.
Yeah.
Far Cry. That's
Yetis?
really sweet.
They have
vehicles
the
are
hang
crazy.
I
gliders.
don't know if
back
they're gonna.
in,
Yeah, they
you know,
should have Yetis in that game.
The hang gliders are back and they're pretty sweet.
Was that the? Did you ever play that like Far Cry like arcade version that was like dinosaurs and everything was like kind of red? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Talking about Blood Dragon?
Yes.
Blood
he's
Dragon.
played it. John's played it.
Oh
I
hell
haven't.
yeah!
Awesome.
It is amazing.
It is. Yeah, it's really awesome. It might be
trailer
better than
for
the
it
real game.
Is
I mean,
so
maybe
amazing.
not better, but
trailer
it's
for it's
equal.
one of my most favorite trailers to watch.
It's kind of like a ridiculous like little side game, I guess. In
Yeah.
a way, you can tell it's like a side game, but it's probably like equally fun as like real Far Cry, which is cool.
Yeah.
And what is it when you do a melee attack? He flips you off instead or something.
well, if
Or
you're
is that
not,
what it is?
Yeah.
if you're not
if
within
you're
range,
not
or something?
in range,
No,
he'll
so
just flip
he
the
just
birds.
flips with his robot hand.
Well, his robot hand, and then if you've got the other hand empty, he'll flip the other bird.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Awesome.
Yeah,
It's awesome. There's dinosaurs.
it's
too.
it's like Duke Nukem.
very
It
much
reminds
so.
me of that, but just more sci-fi or like more. Well, I guess Duke Nukem was pretty sci-fi, but it's more. I don't know, over the top '80s sci-fi.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Nostalgia shit. Come on.
Nice.
So let's see. GTA 5's coming out for the consoles. Rockstar says they said that they're sorry that the online heists haven't come out yet.
Oh,
Man, but
That's all we're sorry.
we're sorry.
Yep.
Hey, remember that feature we promised you when we sold you the game?
Right.
yeah.
2 years ago.
Still
Yeah.
working on it.
Jeez.
Still working on it.
That's messed up.
It's gonna be out when the new game comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the console or the new consoles. Like, really? Like, what the fuck, man? I would have waited
Yeah.
if I had known. Of course, you know. Of course, I'd rather wait for the one version and get that
Right.
and have the better features and all that.
They're
shit.
just doing it
Online
so they
heists.
will sell one versions. They're probably
That
only gonna,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's gonna, but it'll probably
It'll
be
be-
on the 360 version as well. But they're gonna time it around the
Yeah.
release of the new game so that you're like into it again.
Yeah, and then the one version won't be complete, and you'll have to
Right.
wait until the next
You'll
gen
have to
system
wait
for it to
2
start
years
working.
for it to
right?
fucking start
Yeah.
working right. Yeah, when GTA Online came out, it barely worked for like a week or something.
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't work for me. Fuck that. Fuck all that.
I
Like,
remember-
any more games are so big that you might as well wait a week or two and see how shit goes when they come out. If they have a huge online part.
Yeah, whether the online actually works or not.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like, there's
remember-
no point in buying a game when it comes out if it just you can't even play
Full
it.
of bugs. You
Like,
gotta
why-
wait 2 weeks for them to patch it,
Yeah,
and then hope that patch works and doesn't cause more issues. And
because nobody's buying
Remember,
a game and then
you'd
playing
put a
single
disc in,
player.
and it was pretty much guaranteed to work unless your console overheated.
yeah, that was like PlayStation 1 or something, right? And Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Like
Back in the day.
Yeah, and PS2 probably. but
Man.
Yeah.
Well,
Technology's somehow worse.
for sure, but PS1 and PS2 were some of the best gaming years of my life.
Yeah.
I'll have to defend those consoles.
There's a lot of games that were really
Yeah.
good back then, and everybody's excited about the new hardware and the new format with the CDs and
Yeah.
stuff, and so it really got a lot of programmers and developers like just really passionate about making games and making really cool games
Yeah.
because it really opened up a lot of creativity for people. Now we have these 3D worlds we can work in, like whereas you could do that, but not as well with without the hardware that PlayStation brought out.
I remember,
pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
PlayStation
when
1 was set in the
Medal of Honor
setting
came
the
out.
standard.
You remember the first Medal of Honor with Jimmy Patterson and shit, and you were in the OSS or whatever.
I never played Medal of Honor.
It was
What are
like
you
one of
doing
the
with my book?
I was
The
taking
first Medal of Honor?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't worry about
That
it.
shit was
It's gonna fuck it up.
legit.
I've got some.
That was
loose.
dynamic for the day, man. That changed for gaming
I've got a
in a
couple
sense.
of
I mean, there was
gaming
GoldenEye and
articles
shit
already.
before that,
Yeah,
but like
just whenever
still,
you see an opening.
that was a pretty intense game.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
Medal of
saying.
Honor. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean,
So it's kind of a
there's definitely
dead-
something.
Dead
It's dead now. Yeah,
game.
I think
They still
EA
make them.
I think EA said they're done.
Oh
with
yeah.
Medal of
Well,
Honor
that's probably a good thing.
altogether. They did the one. I have it. The last one they did, and I still haven't even opened it. Like, because there's so many other games
Right.
down the line ahead of that before I think of Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because there's only so many guns that don't shoot one
And I
bullet.
heard it wasn't very
on
good.
Medal of Honor, so you just end up shooting one bullet at a time. And so, like, now there's games where there's only a couple guns that shoot one bullet at a time,
Right.
so you can pick and shoot.
So
I
you
guess.
can.
So you can.
Alright, so I'm taking over this fucking thing.
Oh, there you
I'm new here, so I'm talking about some business that I have some issues with or I'm enjoying a
Bringing
lot,
it to the
which
table.
is I got PC recently and I've been playing PC games, and I hate playing PC games against people who use a mouse and keyboard, and I know people are going to hate me for that, but I feel like it's cheap. I feel like anybody could use a mouse and click. The Xbox controller is so fluid and it makes so much sense to try and move around with. Why have a PC and play with an Xbox controller if you could just play with an Xbox? So
Right.
basically it just means that PCs are at this point obsolete and people act like they're not. So here's my problem.
Oh,
with
new
that.
guy. No. No, sir.
And it's all about playing experience, that's all. It's like the experience that you get is totally different, because I hate trying to like move around with a mouse and a keyboard, because I don't know, you just like the way you move when you have 4 keys as opposed to 2 sticks is so like 1985 compared to where we're at. Like you might as well be
Right,
playing on a
like,
green screen
trying
computer.
to move your fucking
like,
middle
what is
finger
that?
between the
See,
W
yeah,
and
you
the
say-
So awkward.
You say
be
it's
like-
not smooth, and yet every time they've pitted somebody with a controller with joysticks against somebody who actually knows what they're doing with a mouse and keyboard, controller guy gets the floor wiped. He gets his ass kicked.
And you know why that
it's
is?
more
Is because
intuitive.
of the looking. Like,
with
like
the mouse.
the moving sucks, but the looking is a lot
Ah.
better because you're able to turn around in a split second instead of having to, turn around. You know how it works in the console. It takes
For
a
sure.
second.
slow
Just like
horror
depending
movie
on-
turn.
Depending on how high you have your sensitivity set.
For sure.
And, it's a lot easier to be real sensitive and precise with a mouse than it is with your one thumb, you know what I mean?
For
With
sure.
your whole hand, you got your,
Yeah, in games where you need more buttons, I get it. I get PCs, and I like having a keyboard also with my Xbox controller. And I feel like eventually Xbox is going to realize that, and they're going to have to get more
You
buttons
should
somehow.
see some of these, like, gaming keyboards. You seen any of those?
Mhm.
Like, they're
like
a lot smaller. They're
weird.
not a full keyboard. They just have the buttons you need.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Okay.
And you just hotkey whatever you want onto it. Has, and it's a lot more, it's a lot
If PC could...
easier for your hands to use.
I mean, like, I like the Xbox controller in my PC. That works for me. But it's like gaming experience. I don't get it. I don't get the same gaming experience because I play against people who can shoot me instantly because they just like mouse one foot. Like, 'cause if you
Right.
can't point a mouse, you shouldn't be using a computer. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't click on icons, how are you using your computer? So it's like it's the easiest thing in the world. And I feel like the Xbox controller has like kind of like, I mean, not Xbox in general, but just 2-stick controller has kind of like perfected that at this point. So anyways, that just
Right.
kind of bothers me. I feel like eventually some people will get what I'm saying, but it's a thing.
I get what you're saying, but
I'm definitely going back to Xbox, that's all.
But
I get a different experience.
yeah, I mean, I like the online experience better on consoles than I do on PC, just because there's a lot more of the hacking and modding that goes on, and
Yeah, that definitely happens a lot.
It just seems to be a more stable experience, cut and dry. You know what you're getting. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But you're playing the wrong type of game on a PC.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
was
you should
I
be
guess
playing
what I
RTSs
meant to
and
say
shit.
You should be playing.
I don't agree with playing the games that I'm
FPS,
playing
right.
on the PC because I'm trying to emulate playing the Xbox. Because what I was gonna make my next
Right.
point was the one game that I really have been enjoying is really what's kind of cheap is this Kerbal Space program.
Yeah,
it's super
it's so
fun, dude. It is
It's
so
not even
fun.
done yet.
It's not even fun, it's not even fun. It's not even finished yet, and it is like one of the most fun games I've ever played. And it's just like straight up a
Yeah.
like physics generator.
I wish
like,
my computer could run it, but I downloaded the demo and it wouldn't even.
it's
It
super
loaded,
awesome.
but it wouldn't do shit. Like, went through one tutorial and it was like overheating.
Yeah, so
Like,
games where
okay.
you don't need to like move around. So I guess like first person kind of games or like third person kind of
shooter, yeah,
games.
like-
Then
See, your problem is that you haven't grown up with it. See, I'm used to WASD, so I can move around in a WASD environment.
I mean, I used to play PC games. I guess back in the day. I mean, back in the day, I played like Doom and games like that.
Yeah, I played
like,
Unreal and Quake. That was like when
Yeah.
I first started playing multiplayer online shooters was Doom and Quake and
And
Unreal.
it was weird for me when Xbox originally came out with those big controllers. Those big controllers kind of screwed me up, but
Yeah.
I actually got used to the big ones. And the big ones, once they changed to the small ones, I couldn't do the small ones, so I kept the big one. I was like rocking the big one. I was the
still
dude.
have a
I
big
bet
one.
I
you
was the
were,
dude who was
Devin.
rocking the big one.
I bet you
Jack
were.
controller.
And I remember, I still have one of those in my drawer right now, but I remember when those came out, like, they didn't do a lot of work on designing a controller. You know what I mean? They just used their PC.
I felt like the big ones were awesome.
Like
I don't
Microsoft
know.
already had a PC controller, and they just used pretty much the same design
For sure. That makes sense.
and put more into the system architecture, and then they realized that their controller sucked and it was hurting sales, and so they made it smaller.
I don't know. I wish they would just give me that old school one. I wish I could still buy it for some amount of money and just like still play with like a giant one. But yeah.
I've
The
got
last
one. You have
thing.
an Xbox? You have an
No.
original Xbox?
No, I don't have.
I have one, but the power won't turn on.
It's the worst.
I don't know what's wrong. I need to get something going with it.
The other thing that grinds my gears is backwards compatibility. How everybody thinks you can just like not have backwards compatibility, and it's just like okay, like oh, we'll just not. Do that. Like, that's not cool. What are we supposed to do with all those games? What are we supposed to forget about all those games? How is that gonna happen
Yeah,
for us?
you gotta keep your
You gotta
old
keep
console.
your old console, or download the
Or-
emulators in 4 years or whenever someone develops it, or develop one yourself.
Man, eventually somebody will have a really sweet pit of their own where it's just every console that's come out and they've just got like stacks of games underneath and you just play whatever they want. You play Blades of Steel on original Nintendo.
Any
then you
of us
switch
that
to-
win the lottery, yeah, that's what's gonna happen basically.
Yeah.
For
It's
sure.
like, did you see the guy that sold the largest video game collection?
Whoa, no.
Yes, no, he sold it to me.
He
Yeah.
showed his largest video game collection.
He had the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest video game collection. It was like over 11,000 games, and he sold it
Dang.
for 750,000 last week or two, or whatever. Said it averaged
Where's
out
the
to about
GameStop?
$68 a game or something. No, GameStop only
I'm
wanted to
just
give him
messing
like
around.
$25 store credit.
Did you-
Store credit. Bitch.
Someone other news.
Have you guys seen
met
those
this guy?
advertisements? It's like, this is Dave, and he had to give a fucking arm, foot, and a leg to get 6 games in a day. And they're like, and during that week, there also happened to be this great trade promotion going on. I mean, they fucking rip you out, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, you have to give them a console, all of your games, your controllers, be a member, and have a great trade promotion to get a next-gen console in the game for $150, like $200.
Yeah, if I
Like
become
all
rich
that.
enough, I want to, like, just as a side thing that I've got, like, my fingers in, I want to, like, start a company that kind of, like, cuts GameStop's dick and gives people a decent amount of money.
Right.
And you don't have to, I mean, even if I got, like, twice as much money as GameStop gave me, I would be super happy. I feel like GameStop is like, we're going to be like, oh, do you remember GameStop? That was we were so stupid. Like, and that and movie theaters. I feel like movie theaters will be a thing of the past if they don't change that shit. Because we all watch movies at our house. No one goes to the movie theater unless it's like one movie
People
that
get
they want to watch.
shot in movie theaters.
$6.
Now people
Like,
get shot. You pay $13 and get shot.
yeah, exactly.
$6 for popcorn? If he wasn't shooting me right now, I'd be really angry.
Yeah,
So yeah,
for sure.
I feel like if they don't realize what we're doing at our own houses and adjust their prices, they're gonna go out. I mean, they should go out of business, and we should all just like stop
They're still
going.
making money though. That's why they're not adjusting the prices
Because all they're doing is just
money.
filming people do stuff, and then they're fucking selling it and showing it. That's it. It's,
and making $100
that's
million on
crazy.
the weekend.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Fuck that, dude.
So
let's make a
it should be like $1 to go.
Independent
to
film. Let's join the independent film festivals.
Can you
and
make
submit.
money
We
off
can-
of that shit?
Yeah, if you get prizes and shit, someone will
So
sign
see
you
it
up
now.
to a production
We
company.
have you
and
with a
write for
cigarette
it or
hanging
whatever.
out. your
Yeah,
mouth.
let's go.
Some black and white. And then a
Hey,
clown.
Macarena, motherfucker!
The clown slaps
Come
you.
on, alright,
And he's
let's...
bleeding from the
Like a
chest.
dragon.
So yeah, in
Set them on
conclusion, I'm about to start a movie theater business that cuts all movie theaters' dicks for really cheap,
Right.
and also a
Just-
GameStop business that just is way better than GameStop.
Yeah, I mean,
I went
I
to
don't know. GameStop bought up all of the like other game stores that were about to go out of business.
EB Games.
So how do you
Oh,
expect
yeah, right, I
to
guess.
like?
How do you expect to fight the beast at Devon?
No, how do they expect to like continue as a thriving company when they just bought up a bunch of companies that are going out of business?
Child labor.
You know what I mean? Like, no, it just doesn't make sense if you buy. I mean,
No, they'll go
it
to
does, it does because you're squashing them because everybody's just coming to you. But at the same time, it's
they're
like
going out of business anyways.
they're all you're buying up businesses that are going out of business. I'd rather buy a business that's doing very well and try to take over those. You know what I mean? Because then
Yeah.
it shows that the entire market is doing well. You know what I mean? Of game stores or whatever.
You know what? There's this place. Do you remember that McVan's place?
Yeah.
that was open. That was so cool.
It
You
was
could-
open.
They had it
It
so
were in two
that
different places
really
within like
I thought it was
6
just
months
one.
of each other.
And yeah,
no,
it
they
was
like
awesome.
one closed.
Oh, it
they were in
moved.
Fishers,
Okay.
and then they moved to Broad Ripple. And
Yeah,
then
the
they
one in
moved
Broad Ripple. That's
to-
the one I saw.
Purgatory.
It was sweet because the top layer, like you'd go in to trade your game or
GameStop.
something, and the top layer would be like the games that were out right now, and
Right.
then the next layer were just games that came out like 2 or 3 months ago, not
Right.
even that old. And then the next layer, like literally the next shelf down was just like the same order, and it just went down to the bottom shelf. And they really weren't even that old. It was awesome. And
Yeah, they had like a color coded system.
yeah, they had a
where
color
you
code
could
system.
trade in
Each one
shit.
was like $10 or $15 cheaper than the next shelf. And at the bottom shelf was shit that came out like 8 or 9 months ago. Not even old. Like that's retardedly not old. And it was just all over like stacked so that they were just like looked like garbage. You know, like the rest of them were like displayed out, and these were all just like stacked in the
There's
bottom like
so
garbage.
many like old video games in circulation around here. Like think about all the fucking stores. You know what I mean? Like McVan's and the one it took over McVan's.
Yeah, that bought
and
other
Broad Ripple,
people's games up,
Game
yeah.
Exchange or whatever. There's an exchange down the street here, and all the GameStops. They all carry fucking. I mean, well, except for GameStop, all those other
Yeah,
places
GameStop,
carry
yeah.
like retro games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
Like,
disc replay.
like GameStop only holds like up to the previous generation. They don't hold 2 generations back.
See,
For sure.
it's because EB Games has figured out how to survive. Or, not EB Games. They're dead.
Yeah,
I mean,
Womp
Games
womp.
that have not
what's the other one?
GameStop.
GameStop. They figured out how they're gonna survive. They're gonna go
GameStop
to
is
the
a
half
joke.
price books
Yep.
model of hiring only members of their cult. Wow. It's like, you ever been in a half
Don't
price
cough it into
bookstore?
the mic, bro.
I'm sorry.
You ever been in a half price
Walk away,
bookstore?
cough into the
Don't they
wall.
seem like they're in a cult?
Who?
People who work at half price books. Like, it's all, like, you know,
I feel like there's a secret. Yeah, there is a secret.
like you
going
never
on.
see the
You just
same
have to
two
have the
people in that.
password.
Like, if you go in there one day, you go in there next, they're not there anymore.
Human
Like, they're being
sacrifice.
constantly, like,
They're volunteers.
They're volunteers.
They're on, yeah.
They get
community
paid
service.
half as much as everybody else.
Right,
It's
half price job.
Half for him. Half.
Got it. Man,
All right.
that's the thing.
Just trying to cover up the coffin. With a rim.
With a rim job.
A rim shot.
You hear that? You hear that EA's promising that they're going to do
Thank
better
you.
at their games now, guys?
Really?
Yeah.
I hope so, because they're in
promising.
control of the next Mass Effect and
Yeah.
Battlefield and a lot of games that were really good on 360. And
I hope they do.
Like they double dog swear, guys.
They
They're going to
said-
do better next
you know,
time.
they went
I swear,
they
guys,
went
just
2
buy our
years in a
games.
row, as being voted the worst company or business, and now I guess the guy that made Minecraft, Notch,
Notch.
they're calling him. They said Notch is just like EA because he like switched up some server rules now to where you can't charge people like you could. Like, I guess in Minecraft servers you can charge people to buy items in the world that you've created.
Like
Real money?
Yeah.
What? Like bitcoins or something?
No, like
Real
cash.
monies?
Like,
Straight
like,
U.S. American dollars.
well, so you pay for your own server space, right?
Yeah.
On Minecraft that you rent from, or whatever. You pay for that, and so on that you make your worlds, and you can let people in, and for a fee, or you can let them in for free, and then they can buy items in there. It's just like a free-to-play down there in Minecraft on PC, is what I've come to understand now. And so people were making lots of money selling magical items or enchanted items or mods, different mod shit on their server that they've created,
Yeah.
and so people would pay for it. But now they're changing the rules up on the servers, and it's fucking all that up, I guess, and
They're taking.
a
You
lot
can't
of
make
pe-
money
now
off
they're calling
of
them
them.
EA. They're calling Notch EA because they're so pissed at them. EA.
Which is like being called a Nazi for
in the gaming
world.
pretty much. Pretty much. More Nazi shit.
Speaking of Nazis, by the way, people in the United Kingdom, apparently, or at least according to what I read, at least one Labour secretary, which is like a senator or something,
There was one Labour secretary.
he's
in
pissed
the
off
UK.
Oh,
that
So
Wolfenstein the
pissed
New
off, we heard
Order.
him over here.
Wolfenstein the New Order. They've got the Beatles, but they're Hitler stooges. Since it's Wolfenstein, the
The
New
Beatles.
Order.
When you say the Beatles, I think of the band.
Yeah, I'm talking about the band.
What other Beatles were you thinking of besides
Bug.
the
Ah.
Bug Beatles, Nazi Beatles.
Beetleborgs,
Well,
Beetlebugs.
we had talked about this before the recording, and I
Beetlebugs.
thought he had said it was about bugs. I guess I misinterpreted what he said.
No.
Okay.
Or,
So it's an alternate history, right?
Mhm.
So obviously shit's going to be different in this history. It's not too far out of the realm of possibilities that if, like, the Nazis won World War II, the Beatles would probably end up singing for the Nazis, right?
Yeah. Or be
Or
dead.
being dead.
Or any of them, like, not the,
Well, they're not even characters in the game.
are
They just
Jewish?
provide part of the
Are any of them
soundtrack.
Jewish? They
No.
would probably wouldn't have. Okay.
They're all, Liverpool boys.
Liverpool boys.
so I'm guessing that in soccer you can tie.
Yeah, you can tie.
Well,
Yeah.
In the World
And
Cup.
the
hockey.
U.S. just
And
tied
hockey.
with Portugal.
Great.
Oh.
In the restaurant I work at, they
Rigged.
love the soccer. All the people love the
All
soccer.
the soccer.
All the people
it's
love
just
all
like
the
football.
soccers.
It's what football is here. You know what I mean? It's
I
all
hate
across
to
the
say
world.
this.
Yeah, for sure. They go crazy. People that I didn't even think would like it are going crazy for it.
Pat.
It's just something. There's just
Yes.
something un-American about being like really into soccer. Like, oh yeah, you can play as a kid. Oh yeah, you might catch a game or two, local team or whatnot. But if you're going, oh my god, we just kicked Portugal's ass!
By 1, and it was 1-0. Like,
Yeah, like it takes 40 minutes for you to score 1 goal. Like what?
yeah, do you see how big the field is? To play on. It's ridiculous.
And I think that what they should do is film it from down on the grass, because whenever they cut it down like lower to the grass, it starts to look like they're actually doing something.
Right.
But way up in the air, it looks like they're not even
Bunch of
doing
ants.
anything.
Right.
It's like this is so easy right now.
Put a bunch of GoPros on everybody's heads.
There we go.
Yeah,
Or shoulder.
They need
That's
something.
how you can Americanize soccer.
But I was saying
GoPros.
today that it would be
GoPros on everybody's
hilarious,
head
like-
or shoulder or whatever. Something that's not going to get hit the most.
I was saying it would be awesome if the U.S. did win, because
Yeah.
we don't even care. So it would be hilarious because everybody goes crazy, and it's like they're ready to like
For sure.
revolt in their city for it, and like I don't know.
Nobody in the app.
Yeah, we win it. We win the World Cup, and then we just were like, we don't even want this.
All right,
Like
so
cool, I guess.
So,
ancient Chinese
hello.
secret.
I guess in China, there's these therapeutic massage places you can go to, and they
Yeah, of course there are.
Jerk you off.
they put these
Therapeutic.
towels over you, your crotch,
Jerk you off.
Jerk you
It
off.
sounds
and
exactly
then just
like they
like
jerk
set
you
it
off.
on fire.
Whoa.
What?
And
They
then
set
they
your
jerk
balls
you
on
off?
They set
Probably.
the cloth on your balls on fire. Then they put like this stick rolled up with something around it, and then they wrapped it in cloth, and then they
Beat you with it.
set it on fire on your balls, and then they're like, "Oh, it helps with diarrhea and infertility," and it's supposed to be like, a Chinese
I
medicine.
think that's a
The cloth,
conspiracy
does
by
it-
the
does the cloth
Chinese
actually
government.
they
to-
put a cloth over you.
Does it actually? The cloth actually burns, or the thing, the stick?
It heats
No,
your
it-
testicles up.
The cloth burns.
That's
What do they do?
Dude,
They
over your
like they just
crotch.
pull it off eventually.
I'm
or
telling
it
you,
burns your
They
body.
have,
Yeah.
they have a process. I'm not sure exactly whether they
What?
pull it off or get it wet or whatever.
Jerk you off so
Yeah.
fast that it puts the fire out.
Well, they said they do it on other body parts
Burn.
too, but
it's
you know,
the
they-
Chinese
that's the
government
new
trying
thing
to
is
stop, people
getting
from
their
having
balls
children
on
because
there.
there's so many of them.
To like set these dudes' dicks on fire
Yeah.
so we can accidentally just burn all their genitalia
Yeah.
off so they never have kids. That's the way to do it.
you know what? You can tell China how to increase their fertility. Just move out of China. Damn it!
Got it myself.
They took her
It's to move out of China,
Oh, wait.
and that's a double joke. So it was so late.
Triple.
Asshole. God damn it. We'll get it right one of these days.
Right on cue there,
Right on the
George.
Redeem episode.
Right on cue.
On cue.
What else have we got? American Olympic gold medalist Hope Solo.
Han Solo.
The female Han Solo, apparently.
Hope. Solo.
She's the sister.
She's up
Hope
in Washington
Solo. Yes,
beating
that's-
people. So
Who? Oh yeah.
Beating
that
them in
Olympian.
what? Her sport?
No,
of
no.
interest?
in their face and getting arrested.
Are they
All
also
right.
Olympic athletes or just normal?
Nope,
people?
they are normal people.
Normal athletes.
So that's kind of like a superhero just going around beating people up.
Yeah, because their bodies don't even function like normal
Right,
Wow.
bodies.
and her
They're
name
like-
is
That's when you know
like
that
off a
something's
Star Wars
weird.
character. So that makes shit scary.
Well, so yeah,
Stormtroop my ass.
terrifying news out of Washington.
Great job, woman. Whip that ass.
Alright, I guess we just have to like make sure that all Olympic athletes are murdered immediately before they all turn on us.
No, we just need a trained.
Turn on us?
They
Or
turn us
turn
on.
us on?
Yeah, they turn us on.
Turn us on, turn on us.
When they-
Both,
before they-
equally deadly.
Chernonus. Welcome to Chernonus.
It sounds like an alien planet or like an underground city that's like right next door to the pit.
Say something.
Trinadis.
Trinatus motherfucker.
What else?
Y'all know, wizards can be y'all know.
NWA's got a documentary coming out
Yeah.
produced by Ice Cube and Dr. Dre.
Oh.
Cube.
So I'm just That's
Sweet.
That's all.
Wizards can be y'all know.
That's as close as we could get to NWA.
The wizards.
Straight out of Mordor.
Straight out of Mordor.
Making potions.
That's all I got for that though.
NWA.
Yeah.
End of the news, people.
Ice
There we
Cube
go.
is
Ice Cube's old.
he's a joke.
He's old
Yeah,
now.
he's old.
He's totally sold out and acted like he didn't sell out.
Yeah.
He was just like,
I've always been a family man,
yeah, like,
role
everything's
model
cool.
guy or whatever the fuck's going on.
I'll also
over there.
still beat your ass, maybe.
Right.
Probably not, but I'm gonna
Doesn't
say
he play
I
a
will.
cop on TV?
That's
He's al-
Ice-T.
No, that's Ice-T?
Yeah.
but
No,
he
Ice,
plays a
Ice
cop
Cube
in a
plays
movie.
the cops in movies. Yeah.
movie.
Most rappers think that they just like are good for playing cops for some reason, especially 50. 50 Cent is a
50
cop
Cent.
in so many fucking movies.
I think it's like a way they
Val
think
Kilmer,
of, like,
how could
I'm
you
gonna
betray
get
me
back at
from
all
the
the
third
cops
movie?
that fucked me over by playing a
Oh
cop
yeah,
in a movie and
So
I don't know,
good at that.
getting
yeah.
killed as a cop.
Oh yeah. I
If
guess
I'm playing
they
a
kill
cop,
a
I
lot.
want to get killed. Damn it, I hate cops.
What else we got? What else?
Let's see. There's a new Xbox commercial that turns your Xbox on.
Wait,
by
I thought
saying-
we were just done with the news. Wait.
What?
Are we?
Time out.
Whoa.
Time
What was that?
out.
So,
What?
hold on. They
There's an
make
Xbox commercial and they say Xbox on like multiple times in it, and it's turning people's Xboxes
See,
on.
that's scary
Ah.
because what they're like programming. They've like mind controlled the Xbox to be like they're like have other secret words.
Self-destruct.
Yeah, they have
Self-destruct.
Yeah, they're gonna send other commercials out to make it be like send out brainwave alpha and like I don't know. I don't know
Xbox.
what,
The new
but
Xbox has come out. Break.
You put your Xbox helmet on and
Break.
just zone
Xbox
out.
2, turn on.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Cool.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
I see.
No.
How
No.
maybe that is creepy.
The commercial's
as
on the
fuck.
TV and it turns on the Xbox. What would be creepy is if all of a sudden the fucking Xbox turns on and starts playing a commercial. That's creepy.
Oh yeah, that
Or you
probably
get,
would happen. You would get
Get
commercials.
like Jigsaw
Xbox,
on your
yeah.
TV screen or something. It can pop up.
Would you like to buy a game?
Right.
No, not again, damn it. It's 2 in the
I
morning.
gotta get that.
Whatever the fuck. Woo!
If you watch the wrong commercial, you get the
Should have
Jigsaw.
never given me a rim shot.
You watched that weird Sonic Blade infomercial. Now you must play a game. Just eat your own
Wanna play a
stomach.
game? Fuck. Jigsaw. Puzzle me. That's it for me. Maybe,
No.
maybe not. I just thought that was strange. Strange thing. That happened.
Fireballs.
We did that. We did that.
Ching, chong,
That-
ching, chong, ching, chong, ching.
That Watch Dogs has got. I guess it is somebody's been hacking like traffic signs in Saudi Arabia, and they're blaming it on Watch Dogs,
Watch Dogs.
inspiring people to get into hacking more or whatever the fuck.
Wait, you mean Watch Dogs isn't already banned in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, everybody needs to start figuring out how to hack with their cell phone, like on Watch Dogs. Like what?
Right.
Like if you start to see people with trench coats and cell phones walking around, like looking like they're hacking into things around,
Following you around
maybe.
like with their phone all
Like,
fucking close, like
yeah.
trying to get your bank account and shit.
Because if you listen to somebody's cell phone call, like you would have to like listen to it, so you can't touch it. Like you would have to, it'd be playing. Like they would
Well-
hear you listening to it through your speaker, and they'd be like, "Why are you listening to my phone call? I can hear my voice from behind me."
Right.
Like,
Kick his ass!
yeah. He's got a Bluetooth headset, maybe.
Wow.
It's the
Yeah.
future-ish. Because he got that future
Got
trench
blue
coat.
balls.
It's all
Bluetooth
it's
balls.
in the future. Watch Dogs is future. I don't even, you can't even
Future.
see the headphones. They're just implanted in them now.
Yep, implanted headphones. I feel like people would get implanted headphones if they were
I've got
If it
one.
didn't fuck up their actual hearing.
Yeah.
Be on my one of my
Throw it
favorite
at me.
hobbies.
We're just bouncing around.
The
No,
Russians have finally finished their state-of-the-art new attack sub
What?
that they've been working on for 20 fucking years.
Damn.
It's state of the art.
So it
Well,
better
what?
be good.
The art 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
How many times they changed the fucking blueprints or engineering?
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
that point,
they
it's
have
just
money
an attack
because
sub.
they were started it when back in the 90s. They originally thought of it when they were still the Soviet Union. Started it back in the 90s. And they had the fucking money to finish it, so they've just been slowly working on it. And it's just taken
So
them
it's
forever.
state of the art for the 90s.
Wow.
For the 90s.
So they're gonna use it. They're gonna use it. They're gonna use it to torpedo.
So basically,
time out,
we have nothing to worry about.
Wait, does this sub play old episodes of Saved by the Bell? I don't know. I don't know if I trust this. I don't know, but they're all in Russian. Screech is
Fight worse than death.
yeah, I don't know.
Da, comrade.
Yeah.
Comrade will
I don't know.
kiss
I just
me.
thought it was amusing that it took Ivan 20 years to finish the fucking submarine. Which, in my mind, means that, every year they just, put a new piece on. And we're like, well, that's the fucking budget.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. And it's only one submarine, right?
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
We finally did it.
Vladimir Putin. You know,
I think we built 2 this year. Straight up built 2. So, yeah. And
We don't
they're
give a
state
fuck,
of the art.
dude. We're
'Cause
reckless.
they were
We're
designed
reckless
recently, 20 years
motherfuckers.
ago. Are you challenging Tyler from over here at Price's house in the pit, deep inside the pit? It's man, he's about to be a strike. He's about to be a nuclear strike based from space right at us.
He's gonna get polonium poisoning.
Vlad, America's gonna break you down, baby.
Who? Flim Flam?
No,
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Oh.
Pat's
I don't care.
Pat
Instigating a
Shabalowski
Russian war.
has been
No,
challenging
man,
him to a fight.
I'd have a beer with Vladimir Putin one day.
Is that in your plans?
Yeah, you'd have one beer with Vladimir Putin and no beers ever again after
Yeah.
that point.
Yes,
Especially Vlad.
Yeah, especially from what you said right now.
Vlad.
I feel like you would
Right,
definitely
this is
say
on the internet. He's
something.
going to research you on the internet
Yeah.
and
But
find
it'll
out
be-
about.
But it will be 20 years from now.
Right.
Right.
I heard what you said about me on the internet.
I'm like, when? Said a lot of things about you on the internet.
2014, June 22nd.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think. What do you got? I'm all out of the news.
Well, I've got some interesting topics. If you guys want to talk about interesting topics.
Are we moving on to
Throw
the
some
I
shit
got-
in the pit.
weekly topics?
Weekly
The new
topics.
segment?
Brand new segment, straight from the factory.
We
Assembled by only the finest children with the smallest hands. It is Weekly Topics.
Are we picking up another
Oh.
chopper on the radar?
Something's on the radar. Can't quite tell what it is. Oh, it's touching down.
Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this?
Howdy, y'all. How are y'all doing?
Who is this? Nice to see you.
Hello,
Drop
stranger.
My
into
name's
the
Dan. I'm an Indiana man.
pit. Dan the Indiana man.
The choppers just come from Indiana out of nowhere. Always.
Yep.
I guess they just
We're
come
right
out of
under the-
nowhere.
I got-
I am also from
but the
Indiana.
chopper-
I just didn't write it.
Military
Y'all
action
got
in
to
Indiana.
understand. Y'all need to get. Y'all needs to get one of them roofs, the closable roofs like that they got them there down in Indianapolis on them that
Lucas
Super
Oil?
Bowl Dome.
Lucas Oil?
Super Bowl Dome.
That's it, mister. But I was
Yeah?
called here by the Obama birds.
Uh-oh.
I swear to Bob. I won't say the Lord's name in vain
Bob.
to any of y'all.
Don't swear his name.
We can't.
Just say Rob.
No,
We have to
Here.
believe in. We have to
We are
believe. We have to
in a
believe in
pit
ourselves
right now.
because the Obama birds.
It's nice for you to join us.
Well, thank you.
We were just about to get into some topics, and
We've got some weird ones tonight, some
John
spooky
had
stuff,
some shit to talk about
and
for us to
what do we got here? We've got some
just bring it out. Bring out whatever.
UFOs, gentlemen. Interesting things, strange lights in the sky.
UFOs. You
If I see
A
a
believer?
UFO, oh yeah, I think I am. I think there's been enough evidence, circumstantial or otherwise, to make a good case.
what about Dan?
Well, being an Indiana man, I've been out in the woods down by the creek or something. You know, you see a thing or two in the sky when you're out there. I mean, it ain't just my imagination, because there's shit all over the motherfucking sky, and Indiana is a
There's shit
fine
everywhere.
country state.
It's a fine country steak.
You're damn right.
Is it country fried
Country fried
steak?
steak.
Country
gravy.
fried, motherfucker.
Indiana is a country fried steak.
It looks like it.
It's
on
well,
the steak.
Where-
It's like a steak
fat
boot.
country fried shitty steak.
Shitty steak.
And you better be proud
who
of your
would take a
state,
steak?
son.
Who would take a steak and do that to it? Why would you not just cook it and eat that?
Because
Like
it's not like a
It's not a real steak.
yeah,
It
it's
is.
a
shit meat.
shit meat.
Yeah,
It's
shit meat.
shit meat.
Just
I mean,
take some shit meat and cover it up. That's what it is. Okay,
bash it.
my
and then
bad.
flour
Reverse
it
what
and
I
then fry
said
it.
because that makes sense.
That's what you do with the bad meat. You fry it. The good meat, you just cook it with some
pretty-
salt.
it'd be
I'd
pretty-
probably eat the shitty
Parsley.
meat too.
Be pretty
and
amazing
butter.
if they did that to a real steak, though.
Yeah, take a real steak.
Yeah, country fry steak meat with some gravy with a fillet.
What?
I think that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking that was going on. They were taking some sort of shitty steak and just like smashing it, but it's like sirloin or something. Just like smashing it up.
No way.
Nope,
I'm sure
it's
you
like
could do that,
flank.
but it wouldn't be a good idea.
It's flank meat.
Flank meat's
So
pretty
what's
scrappy.
your
So, anyways, we got
What's your thoughts on
UFOs,
the UFO?
alien abductions, ghosts. Anybody?
you ever been abducted?
No.
Have you ever been
Devon?
abducted by a ghost?
Abducted by a ghost?
Yeah.
Nope.
Them ghost people came to my neighbor's farm 2 miles east of my farm out in an undisclosed location, because I know the government is motherfucking listening. Y'all think the people are stupid. But we're going to come out one of these days, and we're going to take your little nanny asses back to Europe or Kenya, wherever the hell.
Who are you going to take back to
The United States government.
Yeah. Do that.
And-
because clearly that's where they belong. And then we'll be here.
and
And
they'll
you'll
go
run
back.
all of
They'll
everything.
go back to wherever the hell their socialist Chinese kung pao chicken motherfucking bureaucracy goes. You know, whatever the fuck. We're gonna take care of it. And then I'm gonna have more farmland. And I'm gonna raise some more chickens. And I'm gonna prosper. And I'm gonna have a firstborn son named Jedediah!
Okay.
And I'm out of here. That's enough of. I'll see y'all later.
Chopper back out. Get
Yeah,
out of
give
here.
me the
Chopper
fucking
down.
Obama birds are after me
Oh my
again.
god, the chopper's
All right,
going
it's
down!
late.
The chopper's going down! Oh my god! He's dead. That
You're
dude
out.
is dead.
Yep. Hey, I'm back from my cigarette break. This is PKD.
Welcome back.
No, you missed some
PKD.
interesting characters, man.
Yeah, no, I heard. I'm glad I kind
Yeah.
of smoked
He
a
actually
couple.
got really violent at the end. It just started
I think you offended him. You know, you offended the Indiana man and his heritage. You know.
Anyways, anybody got some thoughts on UFOs, experiences,
UFOs, huh?
sightings?
You know,
UFOs?
when I was a kid, I saw that movie Fire in the Sky, and it
That
said
was a good movie.
based on a true story, and I was like, this shit's real. You know what I mean? Because I was
Wow.
young, I was pretty young. I was like, this shit's real.
And they got needles inside
And-
of like
And then
needles.
but then I don't know. There's definitely the term UFO like automatically leads people to believe that there's like a alien race that's flying them or something. Like UFO, as defined, is just an unknown flying object. So, there's a lot of that goes on, and you might not know what it is, but somebody else might. You know what I mean? And it's all about perspective, I think. And if like this, like the I don't know, the part of the brain or whatever, like human shit, it says like you'll tend to see things that you want to see, or if you're looking for them that might not even really be there, but if things are on your mind, you'll see images in the cloud or whatever, thing, or just
your mind.
when you're reading something, like you only pick up the letters that you need to read to form the words. You know what I mean? You ever done one of those
I've done that.
where they skip out a bunch of letters, but you still are unable to read the sentences? I don't know.
Yeah, so
because your mind
fills in
expects
the gaps.
something to be there. Exactly, but it works the same when you start thinking about anything really. Like,
Well, I mean, there's been instances though where there's been like physical evidence. Tree gets burnt at a certain level, right where they said it was hovering, or
right.
where there's marks in the ground from the tripods or something. And
like crop circles. Like, okay, crop circles are kind of stupid, especially when people are like clearly doing them in some places. A lot of times, most of the times, in fact, probably all of the times except for a couple. But in those couple that aren't, they have found like some spots where there's like radiation of like weird kinds, like that. How the fuck are people doing that with
Was
fucking
Devon
moving planks?
sent
Like,
from
what is that?
another worldly source to throw us off the trail of the alien
Giovanni
creators?
Bonaducci or whatever the fuck that dude's name is. The ancient alien.
I actually came through the Stargate, me and the helicopter. I just thought you guys thought that you were chopping me in. Anyways, I was supposed to be that Country Dan guy. I just forgot my name. I just made that stuff up about being whoever I said I was.
Country Dan.
Anyways,
Stupid ass name.
but I
is
mean,
that?
there's
Oh, my bad. That name was not fitting to that stupid ass dude that came here and died in that helicopter crash because he was a dickhead. Screaming about his kid. Or I don't know what it was. He was trying to have a kid and he hated Obama birds or something.
anyways.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the
So
Sky.
Fire in the Sky is based off of the alleged abduction of Travis Walton.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of evidence, and he makes a lot of contradictory statements and whatnot. And you're going to have shit tons of hoaxers and people who don't have the evidence or don't have anything to back them up.
Right.
But I think based on just the sheer volume and the occasional evidence that we have, the occasional pictures that show up pretty good,
Yeah.
there might be something to it.
Yeah,
Well,
but
like you said, there's been,
Maybe.
like military people that have witnessed shit. Of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
you know,
No, you've
so
got-
There's always, so.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got trained observers
There's
and,
always that,
and people whose job is to look for
once
things in
one,
the sky.
even
to
okay,
see
so
things in
even
the
if
sky.
there is, even if somebody thought they saw something the first time, once that happens and people start talking about it, then like you said, people's brains, when you look at a cloud, you'll see what you're like. Something
Yeah.
similar to what you're thinking
If
of.
you are
Then,
looking
like,
for
100 more
if you're
people
looking
might think
for a
they
reason,
saw
you'll
something,
find
yeah.
it.
Right.
So,
So-
if you're looking for a reason to believe
It's
it,
greatly
you'll find
exaggerated, so you never, I don't know.
it. But yeah, I mean,
I don't think we're being.
there's not. I'm not saying that I don't necessarily believe that there's
Yeah.
that any of that's true or not, but that's just one side of my skepticism of it. But there is a side where I do believe to a certain extent that there is some sort of shit that goes down, whether it's alien or not. I mean, it could be
Future people.
elaborate hoaxes
Anything.
or
Yeah, it could be anything
government
really.
here's some crazy shit that I just
or
actually
just
learned
people,
about.
just secret, like kind of like how the Nazis were doing with their.
Flying discs.
They were trying to get the flying disc shit going, and because they wanted to.
You
Fake,
seem to know a
alien
lot
invasion.
about the Nazis over there, gentlemen. Do you have any papers?
Papers, please.
Yes.
What's
Yes, we do.
Did you already bring up the Wolfenstein thing with the bot?
Oh yeah, with the
Beetle?
Beatles.
What was
The Beatles are in
Are you-
Wolfenstein?
They're in Wolfenstein.
Not the actual Beatles. They're all either dead or old. You know?
No, not
but
the
they
actual
made
Beatles,
like
but, you know.
They took the yellow submarine and turned it into Das Blue U-Booten.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and basically they tried to create a believable alternate 1960s.
60s?
Oh, is that why? I see.
Wow.
I get it.
Set in the 60s. It's not set present day or World War II. It's
Right.
an alternate timeline. So something went wrong there.
The Nazis
The
beat us
Nazis
to the bomb
won.
and nuked New York City, and we surrendered to the Nazis, and then...
Which in original, if that happened in real life, then we would probably just gas Berlin and then
Alien
gas the rest
Nazis.
of Germany.
The old alien Nazis. You remember that show, Sightings?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah, for
Sightings.
That show was, creepy cool when
God.
you were young, like...
When I was a kid,
Yeah,
Unsolved
alien
Mysteries,
shit.
when that
Unsolved
came
Mysteries,
on,
of
scared the
course.
shit out of me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you got that fucking old man talking to you all deep and scary in this dark alley with a fucking suit on, like he's ready to buy like a high-end prostitute. He's like, hey, you remember this guy? No one found his killer. Nice to meet you, I'm your host. Fucking like, what the fuck? Like, goddamn.
Could the abductor still be out there?
Right? Yeah, I mean,
Is he behind you?
They always, gave you that, that sort of suspense that made you feel,
Oh shit.
scared.
This could happen to me.
freaked out. Yeah,
Oh.
and that's what the appeal was with that show. But then DNA evidence came out, or whatever.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
Updates.
Right. Update. We caught everybody off the DNA.
Yep. You're safe.
Yeah.
Except for that other thing.
The aliens. That's when Sightings
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
I just think that, like, all those shows, just need to be taken off of History Channel, Discovery Channel. Maybe they can be on Sci-Fi.
Discovery Channel
They can be
not
Discovery.
shit anymore. Discovery Channel, just get Channel. Whoa.
Channel.
Discovery Janimals. You want some more wine?
It's a Discovery
Or water?
Channel animal.
Some animals.
The Discovery
Science Channel,
plays shit
okay,
that's like
sorry, man.
shipping wars and like
Yeah.
you want to find somebody's storage and sell it? Come on
Right.
Discovery Channel.
Kill it.
Like
Right.
what is that? No one's discovering anything.
Right.
Discovering how to be dumb.
Right.
And
Yeah.
look at storage.
Used to be I
Get the
used to
fuck outta
watch
here.
about
If-
killer whales and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like maybe that was because Free Willy was hot, back then.
Yeah.
They're so into
Free
Free
Willy,
Willy
too.
in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, because Michael Jackson was. Everybody just followed whatever Michael
Pretty much
Jackson
anything
did.
Michael Jackson was like, you guys need to care about this. People were like, damn, we need to care about this.
Yep.
It's the power of Mike.
Yep.
They're
Yeah,
even-
we were
they're
watching
still-
American Ninja Warrior, and the guy did the moonwalk when he hit
Oh,
the
yeah.
button on the top. Started them doing the moonwalk.
This man
Yeah.
needs to win.
The host,
No, it's James Brown.
the host
right?
was like, "I see you, man. I see you do the Michael Jackson."
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Oh shit, I remember that.
I
Yeah,
was like, "Oh
that
shit!"
shit was funny.
Whoa.
Well, dropping
Kaboom.
things. Kaboom.
So, I don't know. What about you? You are Devon. You are wearing like a space shirt right now with
Oh.
our Milky Way and shit
I mean,
going
I don't
down.
know.
What's
I don't know
your
if
what's
you
your
guys mean
thoughts
like
on
if
the?
they're like UFOs like that people are seeing right now, like out in the sky, or like just in
just
general.
what are your thoughts in general on UFOs?
About aliens and
And
UFOs,
aliens, yes.
or I
You-
guess like
when you hear UFO, what do you
statistically, it
think and what
seems
do you
like
believe in?
the Earth
What-
has to have been visited by something if something exists within a certain like space from the Earth. You know what I mean? So there has to be in some contact at some point,
yeah,
whether it's going on
That's-
right now or not.
Right.
Like We're not. We are so like we still have phones that are basically just like cooler versions of phones. Like phones have existed so long ago. Like why are there has to
200
be
years, yeah.
It's 2014. We should have like crazy shit by now that we're like zapping shit to each other and we're like hello.
Did you get my mind
Hello,
gram?
John. Yeah, like even though people don't want privacy invasions like that, I get that's the deal. But we should have technology that's not just like replicant of 1950s. So
Right.
I don't
Like
know.
our power and energy, is
Yeah.
really kind of dated and,
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like we aren't really sure.
We're not as advanced as we think.
I
we are yet.
feel like
No, for
we're like the
Still very
Pacific
primitive.
Islanders in World War II, where every so often we'll get some weird smoke on the horizon or a weird gleam in the sky, and we don't even know what the hell it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We just assume it's something,
For sure.
and it's and then one day, if we're very unfortunate, then we might find ourselves in the middle of a battle or something.
Yeah. I mean, like.
we are in a universe that they say is infinite possibilities. You know what I mean?
Well,
There's, it's an infinite.
I mean, yes, it's like a
expanding-
statistical like probability and like likelihood, really, that we would have been visited at some point.
Right.
It might even be visited like right now. Like, whether all these people are really seeing shit or not seeing shit, I don't know.
see what disturbs me the most. Statistically, we live in a universe that should be teeming with radio waves and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's fucking silence. We're the only jackasses beaming out fucking radios, going, here we are, whatnot.
But there
Well,
might be.
I've
There's
read-
so many variables that could make us not be able to intercept things, and
Well, it's
The-
distance.
the universe
really.
is
It's
huge,
Just,
yeah,
it's just distance.
for
That's
sure.
all.
Oh.
It's just distance. And I was reading this thing that was talking about, and what they call it, like spyglass filter. No, the great filter or something like that. So I might be wrong about the great, but it's some sort of like some adjective filter, or whatever. It's like this theory that if they found another planet or a couple more planets that were super Earth-like and like had all the things that Earth would need to have water and all this stuff,
yeah.
and the atmosphere. And they found more, and they were closer than they ever expected them to be. And they were talking about how if they don't actually find life, like an evidence of life on these planets, that it's probable that life doesn't exist in close proximity to each other in the same time span as they do, like with it's not the time spans aren't the same. They like don't lapse. So when our civilization exists, we just are wiped out before another like race is born and like exists on another planet. So this distance of radio waves, maybe I don't know.
The great filter.
Well, what if
Fermi?
something's...
Maybe it's
Fermi?
like a theory, I guess, that people have about this. But they're saying that if they
suggests
don't
humans
find
have
life, that
already-
it's probable that life gets annihilated. And if they do find life, that if that keeps happening, that they keep finding that, and then eventually they do find life at a close proximity to us, that means that one of the two of us is going to be annihilated really soon, because there can only be one at a time that we've found. So it is just a theory, and like if
Yeah?
yeah.
Humans have already conquered the threat of extinction.
Well, yeah, it was saying that either we are good on extinction for a while until we find something that's in proximity to us, or if we find something that's in proximity after a long time of searching and we keep finding all these close things but there's no life, then eventually when we do find something that's close to us, that means that one of the two of us is going to be wiped out soon, just statistically, which is pretty wild. That'd be super crazy if we just found another alien race and then we're like, oh shit, we realized that one of the two of us is going down. We would just like try and steal their planet for sure.
Let's bomb them!
We would just try and steal their planet. We'd just be like, dude, we're gonna wipe out. Let's take their planet or
Yeah.
something crazy.
we would recruit
We'd be like,
4 billion people.
I feel like Earth would probably be like the America of the universe.
Yeah.
We'd be like Earth. Earth. We call it Earth with an F.
We will
Earth,
enslave
yeah.
you until we get to a comfortable level for everybody.
Yeah.
Comfortable
What
level
if-
of poverty.
The reason
For
we're not
everyone.
hearing anything, the reason we're not seeing signs, is because somebody's going around squashing all the little bugs before they get, visible. Because, like, we're being idiots and we're beaming us, voices and radio and whatnot out into space.
Right.
Like, that's why we're not getting any signals, is because anybody stupid enough to send out signals is getting killed.
Right, that makes sense. Like, yes, that's a probability.
Then I want to
could
see
happen.
if that, but
It's a thing that could happen and is just as likely as something else, really. I mean,
probably
that's what's so crazy about stuff about space, because there's so many.
I mean, like they said,
it's infinite.
Infinite amount of possibilities. Like I heard this saying that said, if you have an infinite amount of monkeys and an infinite amount of time, and all those monkeys are just on keyboards, just slapping the keyboards randomly, over an infinite amount of time, they'll end up writing the Bible or Shakespeare or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that we've done, will have been done.
So long.
And that puts into perspective a little bit better.
You end up writing
what
Pitbull
exactly
lyrics.
is possible in an infinite possibility? You know what I mean? Because it's hard to really put it into context when you just say it's infinite.
Yeah.
But that when I heard that really kind of put it into perspective a little bit better.
But I like when they say that like the universe is finite, and then like there's like a specific distance to the universe, which is
But it's always expanding.
But and it's like, but the thing is like,
okay, but
what's
what
beyond
would be,
that?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
there's nothing beyond that.
That's
That's
the
the point
multiverse.
of space. Like that's the deal. Is
That's
like
the multiverse theory.
they act like it's just like there's nothing
there is
beyond
not just
that,
a
and that's
universe.
it.
There's
Like,
multiverses within something else. And I've always had like ever since I was younger, like a teenager, I thought of how like there's the similarities between like outer space and planets and gravity and how things work. Compared to how like cellular like neutrons and protons and electrons work around each other, how they revolve around each other, similar to how planets revolve around each other, and or gravity revolves around the sun or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it made me think that like, if it's similar on that level, then why wouldn't it be similar on the level that it's all just making up something that's bigger than us? You know what I mean? Like how the cells in our body would be making up our body, and we're like planets are merely cells in something a lot larger than we really understand.
Yeah,
we
just
could
smaller
be
and smaller
a
and smaller than
mole
that.
on
Even like
somebody's tank.
Yeah, no, just like at a smaller level, even like even if you go past the level that they think that they know, like it's just like it keeps going down for sure, and it would probably look similar to what we think is outside of the universe. Like what anybody theorizes is outside of the finite universe is probably pretty similar to what's really like tiny down on us. Like even at like a quantum level, what's like smaller than a quantum, like a quark or any of those three things, and it's like no one knows what that is, so they just say that that's the bottom line. But it's like there has to be something smaller.
Once they figure that out, once they figure those out better, then it'll be like, okay, now we see that there's something smaller. Like you start to just
eventually.
That's how it's always gone.
Maybe
it's
on
like
an
you
infinite,
see, like we see ourselves, and then we look closer, and then we look closer, and look closer, and eventually you get to the point where
Well, John's
you
been
don't
doing.
even know what the hell's going on anymore. You don't know what to believe, and you're like, what is this?
John's been doing research on ants.
Oh, ants?
I mean, think about how small they are, and they're already the dominant
like
species on the
like
planet.
your uncle's sister.
No.
No.
Your ants.
Like
Research on ants?
terrifyingly small
Fire ants.
carpenter ants, actually.
Fuck
I was
that.
trying to learn how to defeat,
carpenters.
trying to defeat them.
Ants.
I think I'm succeeding. But yeah, ants have surpassed us in terms of biomass, which makes them the
Nice.
I would argue the dominant life form on this planet.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ants.
According to like ecology, I guess, or
I think if both species made a concentrated effort to wipe each other out, like if somehow somebody managed to convince ants kill all the people, I think the ants would stand a pretty good chance of winning.
I agree with that.
If ants tried to
But
fuck
that
us
won't
up,
happen.
I agree with that.
ooh, I would join like squadrons of like people
that
that are just down to murder ants all the time. We would just spend all day with like
murder ants.
with like
I mean,
bashing sticks.
They could
for
eat you
ants.
alive, bro.
Bashing
There are
sticks.
millions of ants.
I'd make an ant suit.
and like
Ant suit
a
that's
small
like
area.
Iron Man, I'd go in there like the original Iron Man.
I bet you there are
essentially
trillions
we'd
of
be-
ants on the planet, like trillions, like hundreds of like just so many endless ants. Like I bet you, like
Ants suck.
We would have to secure the chemical plants because that would be what drives the war effort. Is our chemicals?
Yeah, plus ants are stupid. Like ants are stupid really because they speak with chemicals. Like we could easily like figure out how to like, you know, maybe not easily, but maybe we could figure out how to like.
Ants are pretty
convince
cool though.
them
But
that
would,
they-
would we,
that, like,
Devon, would we have time before the ants overwhelmed us?
Yeah, no, probably not. I
I've
guess.
seen these ants that form
Good call. We should do that
rafts.
now.
They
should.
form rafts out of themselves. They all link together and form a raft for like the queen ant or whatever to float on top of when they get
Yeah.
floated out.
dead.
Like these crazy jungle ants.
You want to know something
they link
fucked
together
up?
and they're so light and stuff, and they just
Siafu?
form this
Have you
tight-
guys heard of
they
the
get real
Siafu
tight
ants?
together so nothing leaks
In
through. And they
Africa
just
that like
link
eat
together.
people and shit.
Oh
And
no,
you
no,
see
they have
this
that in South
fucking
America,
bed of
dude.
ants floating down the stream with like the fucking queen on top or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Do they die?
No,
The ants,
die?
some of them
some of them
drown.
do probably on the bottom, but
Yeah.
they
Dude, I wonder if they do research ants farther, or like further as far as like figuring out how their chemical like.
They're smart, dude,
processes
and
work.
it's weird.
Then like I wonder if they could figure out how to convince humans like using some sort of chemical like. Hey, you guys are all now a raft for me. Like, and just blam, like, and you're like fucking smoke bomb, and then I just like stand back with a gas mask. And you guys are like make a raft.
wrapped
Like some
up.
of you died,
Like
but I'm
Transformers.
like, whoa. Yeah.
No, you want to know
Ultron,
something
but of humans.
fucked up about ants? Is like, let's say you have a trench or a better yet, you've got a line of chemical spray on the ground, and you're blocking the ants physically with that chemical spray. And they want to get from point A to point B. They know that they can throw enough bodies at it at certain points to where
They can cover up a
they can
certain
cover up that strip
yeah,
and
walk
cross.
over it. Yep, and they'll do it.
So what I'm saying is they know how to overcome obstacles,
Forget it.
and that's crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Like that requires just a degree of strategic thinking there, you know.
Or more, man.
I think I vote ants. Ants versus human. I'd say ants win.
Ants are kind of like zombies though in a
Did-
way because they
tell-
do speak like that. They're more like they don't.
And
There's
tell
no
them
self
about this-
involved. They're
Right.
so
Siafu and
selfless
South
that it's
American
like
ants.
yeah.
Oh.
they're almost
big
like
ass
zombies.
ants.
Oh
They
yeah,
want
there's
to
this
just
huge
die
ass
for the greater cause.
ants that eat people too. I mean,
Oh,
not,
yeah, they're
not
big-
like giant ants,
big
but they're like
Yeah, there's some
fucking
big ants.
like an inch long, and they
The ones that fly.
travel in
That's huge,
swarms.
like,
They
yeah, like,
fly
I'm
and
just gonna
shit,
start
man.
smashing ants everywhere I go if I see any, just to like even
Well,
out
that's
the
why we
balance.
should just destroy the rainforests.
That's what your
Kill
point
these
was in
ants.
general.
Yeah,
is
My
guess
point
they're on
is-
the way,
ants
right?
right now the biggest
We
ones.
I'm
destroy.
gonna hashtag that on
Yep.
this post.
Hashtag destroy the
The
rainforest.
rainforest. Yeah.
Hashtag destroy the rainforest. Hashtag save the humans. Hashtag destroy the ants.
Oh.
Hashtag I prefer
Oh
lemonade.
shit! I forgot Argentine
Orange
ants.
Damn it.
What are Argentine?
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
Argentine ants. Have you guys, Argentine ants, they're all over the world now. Because they were
Yeah, they
smart
came in from
enough.
Florida.
Yeah, they came in through Florida. They're
Yeah,
smart
like
enough
all
to
the
like,
other
a raft?
bugs.
No, they
Oh,
hop. They hop rides on
I think we need
ships.
to make like this a serious issue right
Yeah,
now.
with produce
This needs to
and
be
shit.
like
Yep.
the talk at the White House, not at the pit.
I don't think
Does the
that.
president know about
I don't
this?
think
Like,
that
this is a
Argentine
serious
ants.
situation.
I don't think that Argentine ants were smart enough to say, "Hey, that's a boat. Let's go catch a ride to
Oh, no,
Florida."
no.
No, if
I think they just
said
got
if
on the
they
boat.
were
On
making
produce
a raft.
that
Yeah.
came
But they're on
through.
every continent except I think either Antarctica or Australia. Well, they're not on Antarctica. They might not be on Australia because they got scarier ants there. But here's the really neat thing about Argentine
Argentina.
ants.
What was the tag?
Hashtag destroy the rainforest.
Yeah, that was it.
What? All right. What? What? Did you say?
Anyways, Argentine ants. You take fucking every other species of ants. If you put two colonies next to each other, they will fight to the death until one of them wins. Right? Argentine ants. You can take fucking Argentine ants from Indiana and Argentine ants from anywhere else in the entire world. So a colony out of fucking China, right?
They're friends.
You put them next to each other. They cooperate to overcome shit, and that means that there's a species other than humans working on global domination at this point.
put that clip on Luke Banks' scene.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
See for China.
So I say that everybody should get a flamethrower and
Yeah, what
From
what
where?
can we
Is there
do?
a store you're sponsoring?
From your
Where do you
research,
get one
what
of
can we
those?
do to murder as many ants as possible besides... Well, okay, obviously destroy the rainforest.
Pesticides.
What's
what
our
do you think
second
your
move?
guns are going to work against ants? I mean, they might kill some ants, but I mean, there's
Smoke grenades, might.
endless ants.
Oh, we need to start developing anti-ant weaponry. Not we don't necessarily anti-ant weaponry.
Immediately,
It's funny. Yeah.
some guy from the
Hashtag
future is
anti-ant.
going to come back like,
Hashtag
the ants!
anti-ant.
You know, giant like chemical bombs. Let me just. Fucking,
Chemical
oh yeah,
bomb?
I'm bug bombing
I
my
don't
state
think we're
right
going
now.
to win.
Everybody leaves
gonna
the
lose.
state
Yeah,
and they
for
just come
3 to
back.
5 days.
Put a 10 over Indiana. I mean, ants play a useful role in cleaning up dead matter and all sorts of shit, and you know they play a useful role in the ecosystem. My point is though is they're what I would rate
you saying-
the species most likely to turn on us.
You're saying to
No.
murder Argentinian ants. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like. Also, maybe we should stop getting things from Argentina. Just saying, if they got these ants that are trying to fuck us up.
Well,
Just
no,
in
the
situations
Argentine
like
ants
that.
are relatively harmless in the greater scheme of things. There's more terrifying ant
You made it
species out
seem
there.
like they're like, they're like terrorists. They're like terrorizing.
No. They're just the most.
like, oh,
they're
we
the
gotta
most
take these
organized.
dudes down.
They're the most organized. So that's the
Enough
scary
of them
thing.
can still kill you, man.
Terrorists.
Yeah.
Anyway, ants would probably win the war.
Ants would?
Yeah.
You would give in to the
Like-
ants.
Oh.
You'd be like, oh, let me
What
help
ants?
you ants, and just leave me a spot.
You and the Jayanist.
Did you mean
No,
wood
I don't
ants?
like ants. I really don't like
I'm so
ants at
sorry.
all. Ants are gross, man.
Wow.
And we're
I'm not.
we're talking about the bugs and not uncle's sisters, right?
Nope.
Yep. Messed
Ants
up
are
giant
icky.
bugs.
But yeah,
That's,
so Starship Troopers very well may be a documentary from our future.
Well, we're coming up on 70 minutes here, so I don't know if you guys how
They-
much longer you want to
They
keep
got
going.
any other
but
topics, points of discussion?
No, I'm all out over here.
Roll out.
I'm good.
I'm reloading.
time to wrap and trap. Reroad. You've just climbed out of the pit.
Hashtag destroy the rainforest.
I'm BigBS.
Get rid of those.
Hashtag destroy the rainforest.
Murderous
Hashtag anti-ant. And we'll tag some other shit. I'm BigBS on all the other shit. We got John,
Gold Gambit on Twitter.
Pat, PKD,
Don't look me up.
Devo, Mancina.
CheeseUrkel on various ridiculous games on PC. I'm just upset.
And Twitch.
Yeah,
He does not like PC games.
I watch people play games. That's all I do.